Good day and welcome to another micrographics webinar. We are an Autodesk and Lumion partner and reseller. My name is Sean Bauer and I will be presenting this webinar today for October 2024. I'm an application engineer and Autodesk AECO technical consultant with micrographics. And today's topic is real-time rendering with Revit 2025 and Lumion 2024 Live Sync. If you find this webinar to be informative, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future webinars. All right, let's get into it. On the agenda for today, there will be a short introduction as to how the Live Sync works between Revit and Lumion, an overview of Revit 2025 and Lumion 2024, some key features, setting up or preparing your Revit model for live synchronization with Lumion, what gets designed and created in Revit before starting the live sync with Lumion, managing materials and textures in Lumion, how to apply textures and materials in Lumion, the environment and lighting adjustments, adding effects to your design in Lumion such as the environment and lighting, rendering and exporting, how to create camera views, how adding effects impacts those photorealistic renders, and the exporting options, different outputs available in Lumion. Then a demonstration of the live sync functionality showcasing these topics that were covered in this agenda, and a conclusion. Okay, an introduction to real-time rendering with Revit and Lumion Live Sync. We will explore how the seamless integration between these two powerhouse software solutions revolutionizes architectural visualization. As the demand for real-time feedback and immersive presentations grow, the Revit and Lumion Live Sync function offers architects, designers, and engineers an unmatched capability to create stunning visualizations instantly. With Revit's advanced BIM capabilities and Lumion's cutting-edge photorealistic rendering engine, this real-time connection allows you to see changes in design instantly, offering unparalleled speed and accuracy in rendering. This webinar will guide you through the Live Sync functionality. Watch as your Revit model updates automatically in Lumion without changes to the materials, lighting, and environment appearing in real time, with the changes appearing in real time. Enhanced collaboration. Learn how this integration improves collaboration between project teams, enabling faster decision making and enhanced communication with stakeholders. Optimized workflow, streamlining the design process with no importing or exporting required for your Revit 3D model geometry, and enhanced efficiency in handling complex models and landscapes. Rendering features, explore the rich rendering features including real-time lighting, weather effects, and materials that bring your Revit models to life in Lumion. Okay, overview of Revit and Lumion. In this slide, we'll take a closer look at the latest features and updates of Revit 2025.2 and Lumion 2024.3, which are crucial to enhancing real-time rendering workflows. Revit key features: enhanced user interface, streamlined navigation, and improved tools for a more intuitive design experience. Expanded library, new components and materials that integrate directly into your architectural models. Performance boosts, optimized for handling large-scale models and datasets with faster processing and response times. Improved interoperability, seamless integration with other Autodesk software and third-party applications, ensuring smooth data flow. Upgraded revisions and Revit 2025 documentation, simplified and more efficient documentation workflows for managing construction documents and revisions. Lumion key features, updated asset library. The 2024 24.3 update introduces a vast collection of 3D animated people, enhancing realism and adding context to your architectural visualizations. Choose from hundreds of animated characters to populate your scene, bringing life and activity to your design. Real-time rendering engine, continuously improving visual fidelity, delivering faster rendering without compromising quality. Enhanced material library, new materials and textures to give your models a photorealistic finish, including reflective surfaces, foliage, and lighting effects. Realistic weather and environment. Take advantage of Lumion's powerful environmental controls such as real-time lighting, realistic skies, and atmospheric effects to craft immersive outdoor scenes. Direct integration with Revit. With the Live Sync feature, see your Revit 2025 model instantly in Lumion and visualize changes in real time, including the importing of lights. Lumion has added a workflow improvement that will now automatically import lights if they are available in your 3D model file. It will copy various settings like color, brightness, IES profiles, and more. For more information on Lumion 2024.3 features and updates, visit the Lumion website at lumion.com. This powerful combination of Revit and Lumion ensures that your architectural models not only look stunning, but are delivered quickly and efficiently, even as your design evolves. Setting up or preparing your Revit model for the live synchronization with Lumion. Before jumping into real-time rendering with Lumion, it's essential to ensure your Revit model is set up correctly for smooth synchronization. Proper preparation will help you get the most out of the live sync features, ensuring a seamless transition between BIM and visualization. Model cleanup and optimization. Purge the unused elements. Remove any unused families, materials, or components to reduce the file size and thus improve the performance. Simplify the geometry. Ensure complex or excessive details that won't be visible in the render is minimized or hidden. This reduces load times and improves syncing speed. Manage linked files. Confirm that any linked models are up to date and loaded properly to avoid missing elements in Lumion. Ensure accurate placement of key building components. Building the structure. Double check the placement of walls, floors, roofs, ceilings, and so forth. These structural elements form the foundation of your visualization, so they must be aligned properly. Doors and windows. Ensure all doors and windows are correctly positioned and that their dimensions are accurate. They play a significant role in defining both the exterior and interior spaces in Lumion, as well as the daylighting of the sun exposure within your renders. Construction elements. Verify that all structural beams, columns, and other construction elements are in place and correctly categorized. This helps with the rendering realistic shadows in Lumion. Material assignment and management. Assign materials. Make sure that all surfaces, walls, floors, roofs, etc. have proper materials assigned within Revit, each with their own material name if your aim is to change those materials in Lumion individually, such as a feature wall or a backsplash in the kitchen. This helps Lumion accurately translate textures and finishes. Consistent material naming. Use clear, consistent names for materials. This will make it easier to map and adjust materials when you transition to Lumion, as the materials' names will be synced directly. Model location. The correct model location ensures the project base point and server point are properly set, especially if you are importing site data or additional context later to add street maps and 3D buildings surrounding your site. Add the location in Revit and Lumion. In Revit, you will find the location under the Manage tab, Project Location, Location Tool. And in Lumion, you will find the location under the Street Map Viewer on the Landscape tab. Activate the appropriate views. Set up the views in Revit that will be synced to Lumion. Make sure the 3D view includes all the necessary elements and hide any unnecessary elements or categories that you don't want to render. Prepare for lighting and environmental settings. Lighting placement. If your model includes custom lights or fixtures, ensure they are positioned correctly. While Lumion handles a lot of lighting, accurate placement in Revit will enhance realism. Site and terrain elements. If your model has site features such as terrain, roads, or landscape elements, make sure they are configured correctly in Revit. These elements will enhance the context and environment once you synced with Lumion. Hide elements in Revit view if you prefer the Lumion rendered site and terrain. By ensuring your Revit model is clean, optimized, and accurately detailed, you will have a smooth live sync experience with Lumion, allowing you to focus on creating stunning real-time visualizations with minimal interruptions. Managing materials and textures in Lumion. Once your Revit model is synced with Lumion, effectively managing materials and textures become crucial for creating realistic, high-quality renderings. Lumion offers a wide range of materials, material libraries, and customization tools that allow you to fine-tune the appearance of your model to match your design intent. Material library in Lumion. Extensive material options. Lumion offers a vast pre-built library of materials, including categories such as wood, concrete, metal, glass, fabric, and vegetation. Material variants. Each material has several variations, allowing you to select the perfect option for your design. High quality textures in Lumion are designed for photorealism with accurate reflection, roughness, and transparency properties. Custom material import. If Lumion's library doesn't have what you need, you can import custom materials and textures. Texture maps. You can add texture maps such as diffuse, normal maps, depth and surface detailing, reflection maps for a fully custom look. Replacing materials with Lumion materials. Material matching. Once your Revit model is synced, Lumion automatically recognizes Revit's material names, allowing you to easily swap them with high-quality Lumion materials. Quick material replacement. Simply click on a material in Lumion to replace it with an item from its extensive material library. This ensures that your model walls, floors, windows, and more appear photorealistic. Fine-tuning the materials. Material customization settings. Each material in Lumion comes with multiple customization options and settings. Shininess and reflectivity. Adjust the gloss and reflection properties to match materials like glass, polished metals, or wet surfaces. Bump maps. Add bump maps to give flat surfaces a textured three-dimensional feel, such as stone walls or rugged wood. Weathering effects. Applying weathering effects like aging, worn out edges, or dirt, or to give materials a more realistic lived-in look. Foliage. For materials like grass or trees, you can add foliage effects that have surfaces appear as realistic outdoor vegetation. You can also adjust the transparency and opacity. Lumion allows precise control over the transparency of glass or other translucent materials, helping to achieve more realistic window reflections and surface visibility. Material mapping and alignment. UV mapping adjustments. If materials don't align correctly on a surface, you can adjust the UV mapping. This controls how textures wrap around your model, ensuring that patterns such as bricks or tiles align perfectly. Scale and offset. Modify the scale and offset of textures to ensure they fit properly on surfaces. Whether it's stretching wood planks or tiling materials like marble and stone, you can scale them and align them as required. Real-time material updates. Instant feedback with Lumion real-time rendering engine. Any material change you make is reflected instantly. This allows you to experiment with different materials and settings quickly and efficiently, helping you visualize changes immediately. There are material presets and you can favor them as well. Save frequently used material settings or as presets or add them to your favorites for quicker application across future projects. You can also create your own custom library. Advanced features, displacement and reflection. Displacement maps for surfaces that require more depth like brick, walls or cobblestone paths use displacement maps to create a highly detailed realistic texture. Real-time reflections. Lumion's reflective surfaces, especially for glass and water, allow for real-time reflections, offering a dynamic and realistic visual experience. Mastering material management in Lumion will elevate your architectural visualization, adding realism and depth to your designs, making them look as close to reality as possible. Take advantage of Lumion's robust tools to breathe life into your Revit models with stunning materials and textures. Environment and lighting adjustments. Achieving realistic and visually stunning renderings depends heavily on how you manage environmental settings and lighting in both Revit and Lumion. Properly adjusting these elements ensures that your model is not only detailed but also bathed in natural and artificial light that enhances its appearance. So setting up your lighting in Revit, accurate light placements ensures that your artificial lights, fixtures, spotlights, downlights, any type of light that you have placed in Revit are positioned correctly with your model and reflect real-world lighting scenarios. The light fixture families. Choose or create light fixture families that accurately represent the type of light being used, including photometric light data for realistic outputs. Natural light via the sun path. In Revit, the sun path can be adjusted to simulate natural sunlight at different times of the day and year. Geographic location. Set the geographic location of your project for accurate sunlight angles based on real-world coordinates. The sun settings. Use the sun settings tool to simulate different times of day, morning, noon, sunset, for natural light conditions. The interior versus exterior lighting. For interior scenes, ensure that both artificial lights and natural light coming through the window are balanced to avoid overexposure or dark spots. For exterior scenes, focus on how natural sunlight interacts with building surfaces, shadows, and outdoor elements like landscaping. Lighting adjustments in Lumion. Sunlight and shadows. Lumion offers real-time control over sunlight direction, intensity, and shadows. You can adjust the position of the sun, the shadow softness, and their length to match the real-world time and location setting imported from Revit. Shadow detailing. High-quality shadow rendering adds depth and realism to your model, with options to adjust shadow quality for performance or visual clarity. Artificial lighting. Use artificial lights in Lumion to enhance both interior and exterior scenes. Add spotlights, omni-lights, area lights, or other options that you have within Lumion to highlight specific architectural features. The light intensity and color. Control light intensity, color temperature, and the angle of light to suit the atmosphere of your scene. Warm tones for a cozy ambience, cool tones for modern aesthetic. Realistic reflections and illuminations. So take advantage of the real-time lighting reflections in glass, water, and metal surfaces for a more realistic render. The environmental settings in Lumion. You have control over the sky and weather adjustments. Lumion provides various sky presets, from clear blue skies to dramatic sunsets or overcast clouds. Use these settings to complement your scene's lighting. Customizable weather. Adjust the weather conditions like the rain or snow or fog to add atmosphere and realism to your renderings. These elements can drastically alter how your building interacts with the environment, especially with reflections and moisture effects. Ambient occlusion. Control ambient occlusion in Lumion to add subtle shading around objects where surfaces meet or corners converge, increasing depth and detail. The landscape and terrain. Use Lumion's terrain editing tools to add natural landscapes around your building like hills, lakes, grass, water, ocean. This is especially important for exterior scenes that you need a realistic context. The vegetation and foliage populate the environment with trees, plants, and other landscaping elements. Lumion's extensive library of vegetation helps you create realistic surroundings that interact with lighting and shadows naturally. Atmospheric effects and fine-tuning in Lumion. The realistic skies. Choose from Lumion's realistic sky options, including the stunning real sky feature that provides dynamic cloud movement, dramatic lighting, and accurate horizon views. The atmospheric settings, you can fine-tune the haze, the fog, the depth of field to create mood and focus in your render. This is great for emphasizing specific parts of your design while softening less important areas. The time of day adjustments. Instantly change the time of day in Lumion to view your model under different lighting conditions. Watch as the sunlight and shadows evolve in real time, helping you make quick decisions on lighting balance. This can also be seen when you create a movie scene. Combining lighting and environment for best output. Match Revit's sun path to Lumion. Ensure that the sun path and geographic location from Revit are accurately carried over to Lumion for consistency in natural lighting across both platforms. Balance light sources in both Revit and Lumion. Avoid overexposure by balancing natural and artificial light sources. Too much light can wash out details, while too little can result in a dark, unrealistic space. Use reflections. Leverage Lumion's powerful real-time reflection capabilities on glass, water, and metal to enhance the visual realism of your rendering. By mastering lighting and environmental controls in both Revit and Lumion, you'll be able to produce renderings that are not only photorealistic, but also tailored to your specific design goals. Whether it's the mood of an interior space or the vibrancy of an exterior setting, the lighting and environment play a crucial role in conveying the full potential of your architectural design. Rendering and exporting in Lumion. One of the greatest benefits of using Lumion 2024 is its ability to deliver high-quality renderings in a fraction of the time, thanks to its enhanced ray tracing effects and streamlined rendering workflow. In this section, we'll walk through the process of rendering and exporting your project from Lumion while highlighting how these new features can save you valuable time. Fast rendering with the ray tracing in Lumion 2024. The new effects. Lumion 24 includes updated ray tracing capabilities that enhance the realism of your renderings by providing better light reflection, refraction, and shadow accuracy. Faster rendering times. The improvements in Lumion's rendering engine significantly reduces the time spent rendering, especially for high-resolution detailed scenes. This means you can focus more on iterating your design rather than waiting for the renders to complete. Real-time rendering feedback. As you adjust materials, lighting, and environmental effects in Lumion, the real-time rendering engine gives you immediate feedback. This reduces the guesswork and allows for instant design decisions, improving the workflow efficiency. Rendering options and settings. Rendering styles. Lumion offers a variety of rendering styles, from photorealistic to stylized effects, giving you flexibility in how you present your model. You have the photorealistic mode, best for clients' presentations or marketing materials, delivering a true-to-life representation of your project, or the artistic modes, ideal for conceptual stages, allowing you to explore non-photorealistic styles like a sketch mode or watercolor or cartoon effect. You have these presets to select from when starting your project in Lumion. Resolution options. Choose from multiple resolution settings based on your output requirements, 4K and beyond. Lumion supports rendering in high resolutions like 4K, ensuring Sharp, detailed images for presentations, posters, and video exports. Lower resolutions for drafts use lower resolution settings for draft renders to quickly check composition and lighting without waiting for a full quality render. Here is an example of a low quality draft render. Within 42 seconds, you have a good idea of what your rendering will look like. Then you can set your quality higher, 4K and beyond. Animation rendering. Real-time walkthroughs and flyovers. Lumion allows you to create real-time walkthroughs and flyovers of your project, giving your clients a dynamic view of your design. These animations can be rendered quickly using Lumion's optimized rendering engine. Animated elements. Use Lumion's vast library of animated people, vehicles, and environmental effects to bring your scenes to life. The animations sync seamlessly with your Revit model and to create engaging presentations. Exporting your rendered images and videos. Export your still renders in multiple formats, depending on your needs. Lumion also supports transparent backgrounds, making it easier to composite images into other documents or presentations. Your video export. Lumion provides powerful video rendering options, allowing you to export your animations. The frame rate options, you can choose from different frame rates, 30, 60, up to 200, to suit your project needs, whether for high quality presentations or smooth virtual walkthroughs. You have 360-degree panoramas. Create 360-degree panoramic images to provide immersive, interactive views of your design. These panoramas can be used in VR presentations or on the web, allowing clients to explore the project from all angles. Time-saving features for rendering. The rendering queue. Use the rendering queue in Lumion to batch render multiple images or videos in a single go. So you can render the entire gallery and it will do one at a time. This is especially helpful for large projects where you need multiple views or different lighting conditions. Autosave and backup. Lumion's autosave and backup system ensures that you won't lose progress in your rendering session if your rendering sessions is interrupted, saving you time and frustration. By leveraging Lumion 2024's advanced rendering technology and intuitive export tools, you can create stunning visuals in a fraction of the time. Compared to traditional rendering software, the improved ray tracing effects not only enhances the realism of your designs, but also streamlines the process, allowing for quick turnarounds and high quality outputs. I will do a short live demonstration showing the live sync functions between Revit and Lumion. I will do two different examples. The one is starting from scratch with Revit with a template file, creating a new project in Lumion, starting the live sync, showing how the workflow works. And the second part will be a completed Revit Lumion project where I can show you how the animation works and the landscaping effects. So when you start your project in Revit, you can start with a new template. some walls and a floor. A door or two. Window. And then let's add a few components. I'll go into my default 3D view. Perhaps add a ceiling. Once you've done this, you need a 3D view, default one. You can also create your own 3D views. If you have more than one view, you can also create more than one. But it's important to first save your project, your Revit model, before starting your live sync. When you start the live sync with Lumion, you will be prompted to save your project. Then over to Lumion, I will create a new project. Here you can select your environment that you would like to have your model placed in. I'll just take a plain environment as an example. So once I start my live sync here, your Revit model will populate in Lumion. Here we have our Revit model. So in Lumion, when you start, you are able to, I'm just going to expand this as I will open this again just now. Just for more control on this side. You can add your street maps. So if you created your in GPS, selected your GPS or your location in Revit, you can then also import it here or place it in the same space. You can select on the map where you would like to be. We'll place ourselves there in Cape Town. Get a bigger range. We'll include height maps and satellite imagery, where you can then see Table Mountain, Signal Hill, Lion's Head, and you're able to download this map and then have your 3D geometry also available for building heights. It is important to note that your building, where you are placing it, if there are existing structures, They will have to be removed first once the download is being completed. So you can place your model at the right GPS location with the OpenStreetMaps available in Lumion. And here you have some context. Okay, I'm turning this off just for the remainder of the presentation. Here you can then go about and make some changes to the landscape, whether you want to add a swimming pool or just a surrounding height differences. I'll make a little pond just as an indication. You can add 3D grass, increase the height, the size, the wildness, add stones and things and daisies and things in between. And quickly you already have something to work with. You can go to your content library, add some trees, and start creating your scene. Then, once you've added all the elements that you wanted to add, there's a vast library, a few thousand options to choose from. You can go to your material editor. So here we have the choice whether to make the changes of the materials in Revit or do them overwrite the textures in Lumion. So if I just make an example first. If I take, for example, my walls, I can either use the paint tool or I can edit the type itself, change the material, using any example, and you see how it instantly updates in Lumion. Or in Lumion, you can select that material and either have your own custom ones, the materials given to you by Lumion, or add new ones. I can go and select a material and apply it. So here you have a quick example of how this works. Then regarding the updates between Revit and Lumion, if I decide to move the window up, it moves up in real time. If I select my window, let's just delete that window. That window. Or I delete the door, updates immediately. Okay. Now I will open a existing project that I created before. In this example, I will also show you that you are able to have more than one model inside. So if you want to have a contextual thing for, let's say, an estate or a street, those kind of things, you have the ability here as well. You can have more than one imported model. You can have as many as you like, as much as your computer can handle. All right. So I put my settings down to its lowest, so for the fastest speed. You can set your quality up higher and have a more realistic workflow depending on your computer strength. Then if you would like to take photos or snapshots of images of a certain angle, if you, let's say you're happy with this angle, press Control key and a number, and this will populate in your photo gallery and your photo mode, where you can have different photos added. As this 10 per page, as the set is finished, a next set will automatically be created at the bottom. And then you can also render them here. Then, as previously shown in the example, you have your preset styles, whether it's just a normal day, evening, or cinematic concept. Then you have for pen, and then you have the ray tracing effects for faster rendering and nice quality. Then you have effects that you can add here. If you would like to have real skies, sun, hyperlight, reflections, they're all here in category. Your sketchy look, architectural look, and then the animations. So you'll see that these are not made for photo, as they are made for the movie effects, for animated objects. Right. And then here is the movie effect, the movie mode. In here, you can create your movie, your scene. So you edit your movie scene with the pencil here, and then you can render this clip, or you can render all clips together to create a movie. Few clips together. And this was the example project that I showed earlier. Then you also have incredible, interesting animation effects when elements fly in and fly out. So you will see there's nothing on the counters or in the drawers here. And then you can add what they call animated phasing. And with the animated phasing, the elements start to appear in the sequence that you select, where they grow, fly in, pop in, those kind of effects, which is just quite incredible. So I'll just do one quick render, just as an example. Let's just select any image, and I'll do a quick render, which takes a few seconds. I'll put it at the lowest quality. Save it with a name. And start the rendering process. You can adjust your focal length and those kind of things afterwards. As I just selected a random one, I can see my wall is slanted. So the depth can be changed as well. So within 35 seconds, here we have a rendering. I can open the folder. And we have a rendered image in 30 seconds. Okay, so in conclusion, the power of Revit and Lumion with LiveSync. The combination of Revit and Lumion with their LiveSync capability offers a seamless workflow for architects, designers, and engineers. This powerful integration enhances productivity, visualization, and the overall design experience. So let's take away some key benefits that we've explored today. The seamless workflow for real-time updates. The LiveSync bridges the gap between Revit's robust BIM capabilities and Lumion's powerful rendering engine. Every update you make to Revit model instantly reflects in Lumion, reducing the time spent on manual exports and imports, ensuring that your visuals always match your design progress. This is especially beneficial for architects working on complex projects in dynamic environments like urban South Africa, where quick iterative design feedback is critical to meet tight project deadlines. Enhanced visualization. Revit's precision in building information modeling, combined with Lumion's vast library of animated 3D assets, gives you the ability to create stunning realistic visualization. Whether you're presenting to clients or conducting internal reviews, the ability to see your designs in real-world environments with true-to-life lighting and textures provides greater clarity and impact. The time-saving features. With Lumion's ray tracing effects, rendering times are significantly reduced. This means more time spent refining your design and less time waiting for high-quality images and videos. The ability to quickly produce renders helps architects to stay competitive in the fast-paced markets like those in Johannesburg or Cape Town, where stakeholders expect fast turnaround times. Iterative designs with instant feedback. As design iterations occur, LiveSync allows real-time collaboration. You can visualize your Revit model evolving in Lumion, allowing you to make immediate adjustments and quickly test out different design ideas, ensuring your project progresses without delay. Immersive client presentations. By combining Revit's BIM accuracy with Lumion's immersive real-time renderings, your client's presentations are more engaging and informative. Whether you are showcasing a new development in Durban or presenting designs for residential or commercial projects, the ability to walk clients through realistic environments creates a more impactful experience. So why Revit and Lumion with LiveSync is a game changer? Revit ensures precise, data-rich architectural models, while Lumion provides beautiful and easy to understand visualizations. The LiveSync feature makes the design and rendering process more fluid and integrated, allowing you to focus on creativity and design decisions without being bogged down by technicalities. Whether you are working on a small-scale residential project or large urban development, the combination improves collaboration, boosts efficiency, and helps you deliver high-quality results. Together, Revit and Lumion empower you to design, visualize, and present your projects with greater clarity, speed, and realism. Thank you for attending today's webinar. We hope you are excited as we are about the possibilities this integration opens up for your design workflow. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us here at Micrographics. I hope you found this webinar informative. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and don't forget to like and hit that notification bell for future webinars. Thank you again, and goodbye.